Hello, this is Asia Movie Pulse Interviews. I'm Panos Kotzathanasis, and today I'm here with Gina S. Noer. How are you, Gina?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for inviting me to Asian Movie Plus.
Thank you for being here. So, first question, I guess a few days ago your film won in Osaka. How do you feel about that?
Well, this is like one of my uh meaningful and big achievement in our career, not only me, but for the crew and the cast. Yeah, well, we are very happy and we are excited for the next opportunity that will be open because we won it.
Did you expect it?
You know, I'm really surprised. Yeah. I
Mhm.
honestly didn't watch the other movie because I'm one of the jury for Hausen Award with Banjong and Eric and Nuri. I forgot her name. My days like we were very focused with the short movies, very exciting movies from all of Asia. And then when they called our movie, yeah, it's quite surprising for us. For
Mhm.
me, especially, I'm the one who being there.
Mhm. Mhm. And the film, like and share, deals with some very difficult topics. Let's say, for example, I don't believe I have seen like an Indonesian movie to deal with female obsession with porn. I don't think I've ever seen that. So, why did you decide to make a film about so hard topics?
Well, when you talk about sex in Indonesia, it's not a very normal topic to talk about like freely in Indonesia. But then I'm I was currently working on my third movie, like and share. I'm searching for ideas, and then I think I was using TikTok, and then there's a one video that the girl anonymously write that she was very grateful that she's not addicted to porn anymore because
Mhm.
this is her 18th birthday, and she was being addicted since like 13 years old.
Oh.
And then when I opened the comment tab, there are so many female teen girls that wrote that they're also addicted to porn, especially that they watch or they can found easily on Twitter. Yeah, that makes me curious, and then I did some research. And when I did some research on the porn, especially the amateur porn on social media, I just found out that there are so many amateur porn uh that being sourced because it was um because it's supposed to be a private it is a private videos or photos, but it's like being distributed by the ex-boyfriend or the ex-husband and so on. So that's why I really want to make like and share.
So usually this amateur porn is revenge porn, as we say it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hmm. Okay, okay. And in your opinion, what do these people gain? Let's say with this revenge, what would you gain if you published you having sex with your girlfriend on the web? Or what's the win for them? Let's say.
Yeah, it is a very interesting question. For some of the predators, they doing it because they want to have like achievement in their peers. That's one thing. But then there are some people that collected the revenge porn and then they sell it on Telegram.
Oh.
So they make like a subscribe fee, and then if you pay some money to them, you can download freely all the amateur porns, all the revenge porn that they can get.
Hmm. Hmm. And
So it's like an achievement, like a male achievement in this patriarchy society.
mhm, mhm. And what about the concept of rape? Another difficult theme that you have in your movie. Why did you decide to include that also?
Yeah, because I really want to because when we talk about rape in Indonesia, or maybe in the world, there are still many victim blaming. Like people said that I'm being raped, but then because they think, oh, maybe it's because of you, it's because of what you wear, or you said yes, but then you said no. All the things that they forget. There's one keyword that someone or couple must have when they decided to having sex. That the word is consent. That's one word that not really can easily understand for many people. So when I decided to put rape scenes on the movie, I think it's like uh I think it is, maybe people can more understand about rape if they can see how it can happen, how like this, like a very thin line about consent. And when they watch it in a very safety zone, safety environment, like a movie theater, they can watch it and they can understand how important to believe the victim, and why some of the victim cannot easily uh, digest how the bad experience that already happened to them. Sometimes the victim is not like, it can be can on the denial state. They can be angry, they can be so many things before they can accept that they are being raped and they want justice. That's why I think the rape scenes is important in the movie.
Mhm. And considering these topics, did you have problems with censorship with the film?
No, thank God, no. Because we're because we give a whole context in the movie about why the scenes must be there, the social context, the law context, and it's in it really um and it's not like for fun why we make sex scenes and etc., but because we can see the character arc, and that's why I think the censorship board can accept it, and they give like a 17 plus for the movie.
Mhm. Has it screened in Indonesia or not yet?
It's already screened in Indonesia
Ah,
in December.
how's the reception of the audience?
I think most of them are quite shocked at first when they watch the movie, because like the sex part, the censorship, but most of them can accept the movie, they can appreciate the movie and really think that the movie is important for Indonesia.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, and what is your opinion about this obsession with the internet that I think all of us
Sorry?
are in it? This obsession with the internet, with the web. I think all of us are in it. But do you think it's a good thing, a bad thing? What do you feel about it?
Well, internet is like one complicated things that can happen in human history, that one day we as a society, can need to be physically there to experience things, and then when we did things physically, it's good for our body and our mental health. But then now life it happened not only on the phone, on your phone, but it's like in your mind, and then that's why it become uh easily for us to become addicted or become too obsessive with all the things that we can see on internet, that we can get on the internet.
Mhm,
And I think in Indonesia particularly, uh the easy access to have internet access, like the smartphone, the internet speed, uh and all other things is not balanced with the knowledge of how to being a good netizen on the internet. That's what happened in Asia. So uh we call them netizen, and there's I think it was a Microsoft research that put Indonesian netizen like #1 bad netizen in the whole world. So like that, and with that, we have lack of sex education, and we have lack of media or internet literacy. Is like a bad combination for the teen and the youngsters in Indonesia.
Okay, and do you think for all these things that happen to the two girls, to the two protagonists, do you put some blame on their parents? Okay, I guess
I
one girl's parents, yeah.
Yeah. I want to talk about a fatherless. I want to talk. Okay, I want to talk about how teen girls uh have a hard time to find who the one who have responsibility to their self. In Indonesia, we believe that the closest man in the girls' environment is the one who have responsibility of the girls, like their decision, their body, their future, and so many other things. Even like which person that you could marry. So but then ironically, maybe not only in Indonesia but in Asia, we must face that the father not really can not really um really connect with the girls, because you know all the responsibility of parenting usually we put it to the mom. But so that's why in like and share, I want to talk about two girls that happen grow in a very fatherless nation, when the father cannot really being there. For Lisa, her father died, and then her mom married again with so she can have a new dad, so the new dad can be responsible to her life. But for Sarah case, she wants the independent because her parents died. But in Indonesia, usually if the parents die, now the responsibility given to the older brother. That's what happened.
Okay.
So
And
because that's why parenting is like one of the major issue, because if when I did the research, the addiction, or even the when a teen got easily groomed by the older man, it's because they have a lack connection in with their family. That's why I put parenting a subplot in Like and Share.
But would you say that even if they were from a more regular, let's say, families, the two girls, do you think that parents
Sorry,
now?
it's raining here. Sorry, it's raining. It's like kind of storm. I cannot hear you clearly.
Okay, so let's just say that the two girls were from like a more stable family environment, let's say full families, fathers, everyone were involved. Do you think that even in such settings, do you think that parents nowadays know what their children are doing, like with on the internet, let's say, or when they go out, or?
It depends. Like when we said like normal family, like the parents still exist, and they look like a happy family, but it doesn't mean that they have a right knowledge of parenting. So have a right knowledge about parenting is like different with like normal family. Yeah, because in like if you talk about like normal family in Indonesia, most of them like don't really know about parenting, how how talk to the children, how to appreciate their choice, how to talk openly about hard things like sex. But the new modern, most of them are urban family, are now willing to find knowledge in class or in or reading books or with the like seminars or workshop about right knowledge about parenting. So we must define what is normal, what is right.
Okay, the next question is kind of hypothetical and personal. So let's just say you were the mother of these two girls and you learned what was happening with them. How would you react in each case? Like you learned of the one's addiction to porn and the other that got raped. How would you react as a mother? Let's say.
It is hard question.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, 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 I believe that we cannot always protect our children from bad things in their life. But what we can always give to them is like you always be have our support as a parents. So and we must believe that every like bad luck is not it won't define the rest of your life. So even when you got addicted or knock on woods you got raped, we must maybe at first I have to be with them and then try to accept and then give a meaning to the bad experience that they already have and how to move on. That's resilience. And I believe to give that kind of resilience to my children.
And can you tell me a bit about the casting? How did that work for the film?
Sorry. I think
some details about the casting. Casting, yeah.
Okay. About the casting, we start casting in January 2022. I think I thought Lisa and Sarah is hard to get, but surprisingly, after like 2 or 3 times casting, we already got Arawinda Kirana as Sarah and Aurora Ribero as Lisa. And then, but the hardest part to get a cast is the Vita, the one who using hijab. There are no many actresses in Indonesia that want that part, especially because they afraid about the bad image for them when they become like this revenge porn star.
Okay, and Arawinda Kirana is now a superstar, let's say, in Indonesia, or is it just my impression? Is she very famous? Arawinda Kirana. Or...
Yeah, well, she's a new star, and she's quite known by the youngsters that heavily active on social media. It's not like Dian Sastrowardoyo or Reza Rahadian that a very big star in Indonesia. If you want to know the comparison.
And can you tell me a bit about the cinematography? What you wanted to do in the visual aspect of the film?
Well, I'm very lucky to work with Deska Binarso. We'll talk about and especially the production designer also Dita Gambiro. We were talking about the dualism in this movie. We want to talk about how in the internet they can Lisa and Sarah can present themselves as these free young girls with the colorful and bright colors. But then in the real life, why we using the 3:2 aspect ratio, we want to make audience feel how they cramp with the society. That's why we use the aspect ratio. And for the color, we have this painters in Indonesia. Her name is Iga Munarsi. Iga Munarsi as a painter, when she was a child, she was being sexually abused by her own family, and then she used her paintings to give some kind of therapy. So she used bright colors, but yet so many absurd figures to tell to the audience how she feel about being raped and being a sexual abuse victim. We use her painting as a good reference for the colors and about the symbolism about dualism in the whole storytelling.
And what about the porn videos in the movie? How did you shoot these? Was it difficult?
Yeah, so first our acting coach Rumana was a student in this college in Singapore, acting college in Singapore, and she learned about how to make a sexual intimacy scene on the movie. So then we make this like a standard operating procedure for the scenes. We use stunt actors for the at first for choreograph the movement, and then sorry, I recorded the video and then we edit, and then after that I give it to the other partners like production designer, like the cinematographers, like all the actors, and then we make that we have like simulation how the scenes gonna shoot and how they can choreograph. But before that exercise, the actors meet the some like a psychologist. Her name is Zoya Amirin, and then she give them a lecture about what is consent, what is sexual abuse, and things that become a context in our movie. After that, we have like this closed set to make the porn video scenes. And this SOP, the standard operating procedure, is not only works for the main actors, but but uh, but we we use it with the extras also, the one that if you watch the movie, the montage sequence. Yeah, they have the same treatment. So the main actress and the extras have the same treatment when it comes to intimacy scene.
I guess this was the most complicated part of the whole movie to shoot that, right?
Yeah, I know. I even like so complicated to explain it to you, but
Yeah.
but that doesn't happen. Yeah, I'm very lucky as a director. I have this committed partner that really want to make a very safety working environment to all the people that involved, especially the people, the cast that put their vulnerability on the screen. Yeah, so we are so lucky.
And what is your opinion of the Indonesian movie industry at the moment? What do you think about it?
Well, we are in the one of interesting moment in our industry. Last year, we the we 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 got like the biggest box office number in Indonesia, 10 million audience, and the association, the guild, are the professional guild, like really serious to talk about professionalism and standard operating procedure with their works. And there are so many ideas, fresh ideas in the story. So I'm really excited with this Indonesian industry.
And last question, I guess, what are you working on next? Any new projects?
Yeah, there are some projects, some like me as a writer, some like me as the producer, and maybe for this year I won't do any directing job, but maybe for next like 2024, I'll start a new project. It's still hush hush.
Okay, okay. Great. So I guess that's it. Thank you very much for your time,
Thank you
Gina.
so much. Yeah, sorry if the internet connection is not as good
It's
as
okay. No
Okay.
problem. No problem.
Thank you.
Okay, this was ASEAN Movie Pulse interviews from Panos Kotzathanasis and Gina S. Noer. Have a nice day. Bye.